Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another day here at CJ's Gym. Today is Saturday, the 31st of January, and you know what that means? That means for every single day of the month of January 2026, we have not missed a single day of working out or streaming. I've streamed every day for the last month around this time. I made it my focus to just really work on the consistency and not worry a whole lot about really anything else. Not trying to do too much for the stream. Not trying to turn the stream into something that I'm actually working through. I'm having fun. Being able to work out every day, track my progress. And I've done other things too, like I haven't had I have had coffee pretty much every single day. I haven't had black coffee every single day, and now that I'm back in the swing of things, black coffee, my friends. This is how I think I've done every single day this week like this. And so this is the first week that I've used black coffee as my pre-workout slash fasting fuel. And it's going good. It's going really good. Yesterday was a blast. We had a ton of people in here, a ton of people for me at least, and we were able to get a full workout in too, which was awesome because usually when there's a ton of people, I just kind of chit chat. Last night, Tula had multiple accidents. I think she ate something that didn't agree with her stomach. So I woke up around, we went to bed around 9:30, watching a movie. I couldn't fall asleep, so I was rolling, tossing and turning, and then when I did wake up, it was like 11:30. And so my dog's freaking out to go outside, but then she stops and comes back to bed. So we cuddle up and we're good, and she's fine and we're all good. And then 2 o'clock in the morning rolls around and I wake up again and I hear she's whimpering by the door. So I throw my robe on and I go to let her out and I slip. I step in something and slip. And it is wet shit in the corner of my bedroom. And I just slipped in it at 2 in the morning. So one dog is staring at me, another one's sleeping, my girl's asleep, and I have the lights on, my foot's covered in shit, and I'm trying to figure out what to do because I just woke up. I'm like, okay, do I just walk her outside with all this shit on my foot? And no, I grab a towel near me and I wipe all the shit off. I throw it on the floor. I clean that up. Then I go let the dog out. And she didn't have to go. So, when I finally get her back to bed, she's kind of, you can tell her stomach's feeling weird because she's moving around and I can hear her stomach rumbling and stuff. So for the next couple hours, I just wake up when she wakes up, I wake up. And she didn't have any more accidents though, but 3 o'clock in the morning, stepping in runny, wet dog shit, it'll do it to you, man. It'll do it to you. At that moment, I was like, am I gonna work out today? Like, am I gonna stream later? And I said I was gonna stream at 9 and I was late today. That's because I actually fell asleep around 6. But anyway, that's the life with dogs, right? What's the life with a puppy? I forget she's not even a year old. So Toby I used to find his craps a week after he took them. Toby was a much smaller 1-year-old dog, so At least with Tula, I pretty much know all the places she can go, can't get into, will and won't get into. Today we're doing a walk, 45 minutes on an incline. Hey Diana, good morning, good morning. Good evening, good evening. Are you studying? How did the rest of studying go yesterday? Diana, you missed it. I just did my little intro and I stepped in dog shit at 3 o'clock this morning. And then my dog had diarrhea, so I just kept. It was a rough night. It was a very rough night. But I hope you're doing well. I hope the studying is going well. Maybe you're not studying today. Maybe something else on the books. Right on. Studied the whole day. Took a break too. Should get back to it soon though. What are we studying about today? Are we still on the prosthetics? I know that's not what it's called. Orth. There's an orth in there somewhere. But are we still honing in on that, or are we honing in on just all things? Right on. Right on. Still the same subject. It's only been a day. But I bet for you, you learn this stuff in and out, and you're like, wow, this person remembered after one. It's funny because I was thinking about root canals and prosthetics all day yesterday after our conversation. I couldn't believe that. I don't think I've ever known anybody who went on to become a dentist. I know a lot of people who knew a lot of people who knew a lot of people whose cousins are a dentist, whose friends are a dentist. There's always somebody's dad who's a dentist. I've never met anybody who had to study in dentistry school. So I'm very curious what that's like. Especially overseas too, because I feel like the United States, I don't know of very many dental schools locally. I know one person from my high school through all my time who became a dentist, but it is because their dental office, not because, but it made sense because their dental office supported a lot of the school boosters year round. So the kid, of course, was going to go into the family business. Yeah, I believe it. How long technically is, I mean, I bet you could break it up into how fast you can finish school, but is there a program that you're on track to finish? Thanks. Yeah, this is my dog Tula who had diarrhea last night. She wasn't feeling too well. And there's Toby right over my shoulder. He was 6 years after high school. Okay. I'd say it probably, do you have to do like a residency? Or what is that technically considered? I don't know what that's even called anywhere else. But a residency, you're like in hours, in work hours sort of thing. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta go shadow a dentist, work at their office for pretty much free. And then after that, they sign off on your paperwork like, yeah, they'd make a good dentist someday. You can do a residency, but it's not mandatory. We can work right away too. That's cool. I know too many people, well, I know a lot of people who do residencies for their nursing school stuff, medical school. Nursing, LVNs, that kind of stuff. And so my mom did her residency at the hospital that she actually got hired at. And then she ended up not working there after a while. Please don't pull over all my stuff. I'd be so sad. Please don't do that. Shadowing 3 of them. How many dentists you got around there? I guess they could all work at the same office too. Dentistry is not something that I'm... Oh, I was just laughing because the dogs were going crazy behind me. I was just sitting here giggling at the chaos behind me, but I'm shadowing dentists in every moment of free time I have. I thought you said 3. Can't load the stream for some reason. Can you still hear me? Hey Diana, check YouTube. And I'm gonna check mine too. Oh, okay. It's back on for you? Right on. You scared me there, dude. Yeah, that happens sometimes. It's probably because I'm multi-streaming and my specs could be better, but yeah, you know, we do what we do. Today's gonna be nice. We're doing 45 minutes on an incline walk, and so we can chit chat all day if we want. We can zone out, but I'm still waking up. I got out of my bed at 9:03 today, and I tried to get on stream as soon as possible, not because I was like, I'm gonna be late, but because I told everybody yesterday I was gonna be on at 9, so. I felt bad that I talked to people yesterday and they said, when are you gonna stream again? I said, tomorrow at 9, and then I woke up at 9. I'm never sleeping, rest in peace. When like a cheat, sleeping till they bring me to the beat. Fuck a bed, fuck a spread, fuck a sheet. I need water. Roll that water. I can feel it. I don't sleep. Fuck a bed, fuck a bed, fuck a sheet. Fuck a zenny, give me Adderall and wheat. Yesterday was good. Yesterday, okay, let's see. I finished up the workout and I went right into my office and I started closing everything down because, I started cleaning everything up because I was painting my office this past week. And I started last Sunday and it lasted a full week of actually having to do stuff, which is fine, but I had a lot more that I had to do than I thought. So I cleaned it up. I had to tape off all the walls and all that. So now I am just finishing tearing off all the tape from the walls, tearing up all the plastic, putting away all the dirty brushes and stuff. And then today I will have my office back, which is really cool because that's where I edit everything. That's where I kind of just hang out. And I have everything in there to stream just hanging out in my office. So if I ever decide I want to do that soon, which I was curious, I don't know what else I could really do because I don't game. Like, I'm not like I game for fun. I game so that I can, joke around with my friends, but I don't competitively pay attention to any games. So if I was to stream in my office, what could I do that would keep viewership around here, Like, you guys watch me work out, or do you watch me talk? Because if I was working out or talking, I could do this all day. I genuinely have the time. I just don't want to stream a bunch of BS if no one's gonna enjoy it, Like, I thought about maybe just putting a camera in my office and not streaming from the desk so that I could just work on projects like setting up the office or adding more stuff into the gym and stuff, more behind the scenes kind of stuff, or just post workout hangout vibes, So what do you guys think about that? You got any ideas? I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. But I will be back to check the chat. I'm so dumb. I muted myself and I've been in here chatting and I just read your message. No, it's not just you, Diana. I just realized it as soon as you said that. Not just you. Yes. Yes. I mute myself anytime I leave here. Just because what if you guys hear me poop? But like other times I'm like, oh man, I mute myself, then I come back in here and I'm like, why can't they hear me? What's broken now? Because everything's always broken. Diana, would you like to know the story of, we talked about yesterday how much everything cost, but the setup for the stream was by far the worst thing that I've ever had to work on. When I'm gonna chat about this, and I can read my chat from over here, but we're gonna kick this to a 12 incline a 2-speed so that we can start getting warm. And we're just gonna walk for 45 minutes on an incline today. Make sure we get nice and just recovered. Today's just blood flow day. We're just making sure that we feel good. And then tomorrow is another mobility heavy day with a few lifts, and it'll be nice. But that'll finish off our first week. Like I said, this is usually a 5-day plan. But since I need something to talk about, let's talk about the setup for actually, holy shit, we need one more follower to hit 60 followers. That's crazy. Okay, so I wanted to stream my workouts. That's all I knew. And I had a big empty garage. Nothing was in here. So I brought my laptop out here, connected to Wi-Fi, and I plugged in a GoPro. And I had this 20-foot GoPro cord that I could walk around, and I could see all the stuff, but I had to pick it up every time and walk it around. And it was glitchy and laggy, and there was no audio a whole lot of the time. The audio would come from the laptop and not the camera, so it sounded distorted. And that didn't work for too long. So I figured the best upgrade I could do for it without spending too much money was getting an Ethernet cord and running it from the router to the laptop. Make sure that I have the best connection. So I ran a 50-foot Ethernet cable through the house, and I plugged it in, and it worked. And I was able to stream a little easier. But then the camera really started glitching out. So I started looking at more cameras. And I figured, what kind of camera could I stream on and also record clean footage on without the overlays and all that, in case I want to edit it, have fun with it later. Turns out you can buy a lot of cameras that will do sort of exactly what you want. I'm gonna pause for a sec. What do we talk about, guys? Slowing down. Still didn't finish my coffee. I just started talking about working and started going. But my good hat. Where it is. So we're back. So I had a GoPro, my laptop, put an Ethernet cable in, the GoPro stopped working. So then I had to look for another camera. So I bought an expensive Nikon. No, I replaced my Nikon. I bought a Sony because I needed a replacement. I had just broken, Toby actually broke my Sony camera. He knocked it over on a tripod and it fell into the wall and broke the LCD screen on it. So I figured I would buy a brand new camera since I needed one anyway. And I did, and then it turns out the best footage to get from that situation that I wanted was to get a, what's it called, capture card, because USB streaming wouldn't let me keep the recordings clean. So I ended up buying a capture card. That was another whatever, 30 bucks. And then I needed that 20-foot HDMI or 20-foot USB cord needed to get replaced by a 20-foot HDMI. So I did that. And then it's all getting plugged into a tiny MacBook. So I have all this high-tech stuff. Another microphone. It wasn't this one. It was the cheap little auxiliary plug-in kind. But I did have it, and everything's plugged into this Mac, and it's a bunch of wires falling out the side in the corner over here. And anytime that I want to change a camera angle, I have to go grab the camera and move it. And there's a ton of cords connecting everything, so stuff's falling, and then streams are disconnecting in the middle. And I'm pissed during these because I'm thinking, like, one, no one's gonna watch me just work out. Two, I don't care if anybody does or not, but I just want to know if I can make it look good at all. So I focused on making it look, making it look cool, making it look like, I don't know, aesthetically pleasing. And I was getting horrible workouts, and I wasn't getting any progress, anything like that. I had nothing to plan. I was just excited if anybody would come hang out in the gym. And so that kept going. I had to replace the laptop with my gaming PC because obviously I hyperfixated on this and I wanted the best quality out of this. So I moved my entire gaming setup out here into the closet or into the garage, into this little corner. It was fucking freezing, so I couldn't play video games when I wasn't working out. And also the camera system was really busted on it, so it didn't work super well. And then I went to class one night and I saw one of my teachers using one of these cameras, and I was like, I wonder if I can find one of those. And I found one for way cheaper. Oh, bless you too. To give you some context, the price of one of these cameras that I have the remote that follows me around. Why are you coughing? Hey. Uh-oh. Toby, no. You okay? You okay? You okay? You okay? You belly hurt? You belly hurt? You okay? Yeah, you're okay. Yeah? Diana, I'd like you to meet my best friend in the world. This is XX8, X Martini 8XX. You can tell he's cool because he had the XX's in front of his names and he held it well into his 30s. So, yeah, I guess he's a pretty cool guy, I guess. Must be with that kind of name. Tula's just walking around like she's gonna throw up, but then doesn't, so I'm just kind of worried about. What's wrong? Oh, wow. I'm looking at my jump rope here. It is literally, quite literally, here I'll show you guys this because I don't think I'll ever be able to safely jump with this again. She like me for real. What kind of stuff you got in that cup of joe? It's black coffee and creatine. That is it. Look at how much this is hanging on by. It's literally a thread. My jump rope, the one that I'd be going ham on. So if I gave it a nice yeah, and that is, all I had to do was give it one solid whip and that thing would have been gone. This could have taken out my entire gym. Wow, so ain't that something? This jump rope is done. Use it as a tie-off rope. Yeah, no, for sure. I actually stole this from the apartment complex that I used to live at because I brought a jump rope there one time and left it in there, and then when I came back, someone had stolen it. So my last day at the apartment complex, I walked back in there and I just took a jump rope. Oh. You can buy one with EBT. I think if they're at who you got tonight? Who's on the full card? Is it just really one main fight that we're watching for? Is it a bunch of nobodies that we could walk through no problem, or what to do? What to do? Tua Taivasa. Bunch of nobodies. Yeah, I hit the bag yesterday, so they probably switched the card up after seeing potential work they could be getting. But I feel it. That's whatever. We should put together a parlay right now. Here's the thing. I'm drinking black coffee. I can't start working out until I finish it because I'm not going to waste it. But also, taking a sip of black coffee in the middle of a workout is fucking disgusting. So from now on, 30 minutes of the stream might just be hanging out and chit-chatting over a black cup of joe. And that's fine with me. But if my phone was not charging, I would look at the UFC bouts for tonight. Let's see. Dan Hooker. Dude. Your comment got stopped because it said Hooker. So Lopez by decision. Then my second leg is that You Eat Wings purchased with EBT. Okay. It's an auto mod. You said Hooker. You know why my mod's cut? It's because if Dan Hooker was really all that, Automod would know who he is. The Autobots. Autobot would know exactly who he is if he was any good. I'm unsubbed. I bet. No freedom of speech. No justice, no peace. I think something you forget about here is that this place, this gym, this is not a democracy. It's a dictatorship. I am the law. What I say is law. Got a problem with that? Planet Fitness is much cheaper. Yo, when are you gonna make the ginger tea tutorial vid? I don't know, dude. Maybe when you subscribe. Why? You can't make it? It doesn't taste as good when you make it? Only tastes good when it's made with love and when you're visiting a friend? It's crazy. Fitting it day. What'd you say? Didn't turn out good. Well, I'll walk you through it right now. I'm just, you gotta burp after coffee and you don't wanna be walking while I do that. I'm gonna go take a piss and then we'll walk. And I have a note dedicated somewhere to ginger tea making. I'll pull it up. Okay, so the ginger tea thing. When I make it, here's what I do. I'll tell you right now, and then I'll do it later. So I get a bag of lemons. I start juicing them till I get 2 cups, right? 2 cups of lemons. It's the first step. You get a big old pot of water, big pot of water. You throw that bitch on the stove. Crank that thing up to high. Let that thing boil. Now, once it reaches boiling, once the bubbles are rolling, you're gonna take all of your ginger stock that you have. You're gonna chop that bitch. You can use a slap chop. You could throw it in a blender. Just make it mush, right? Should be juicy. Throw all that right into the water. Put a lid on it and drop the heat down to like 4 or 5. Let that sit 15, 20 minutes. If you put a lid on it, you'll really get the aroma going in the pot. If you don't, you'll still be able to smell it, but I like to use the pot or the lid just to keep everything in there. And then once that's done, it'll be like an orangish flavor or orangish color. What you do there is you take a big bowl, you put it underneath, you get a strainer, you strain out all those ginger chunks that you just minced up because they're going to be super fine. You strain it through there. Then you got this big bowl of orange. You get 2 cups of honey. You put it in a cup, and your 2 cups of lemon, and you get it in there, and it should still be hot, so the honey kind of melts in. And you whisk like crazy, and it'll start to foam a little bit, but it'll all mix in there. And then I put them in mason jars from there, and I will top it off with a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of cayenne. Because if you put the cayenne and black pepper in the actual concoction, it won't dissolve in, and it won't distribute evenly across all the jars that you're making. So I like to add that stuff at the end. I know you got what I like. But I do need to make some more for myself. Just haven't gone grocery shopping. So next time I do it, maybe tomorrow, Sunday, that could be a good day. It's very flavorful. It's like the nature's Red Bull. It's so bustin'. It's so good.
can feel the black coffee hitting all my sweat glands right now. Ooh. Yesterday, I thought I was having a heart attack after my workout. I showered, and then I got stoned when I was laying on the couch. I was like, my fucking chest hurts bad. It was just the left side. And I was like, oh my God, am I gonna have a fucking heart attack? Totally forgot that I was throwing haymakers with unwrapped hands on the back yesterday. But it caused some panic.